Oh, okay. Guess I'll say it. Oh, hello everybody. Good evening, good day. I hope we're doing good. I hope we're doing good. Hope we're doing good. Apologies, I'm trying to check YouTube. I'm trying to check YouTube so I can see everybody's chat. Give me a sec. Interesting, I cannot see YouTube. Wow, what's going on? Trying to see if I can access YouTube. Okay, that's coming up. Okay, so into YouTube, please. Incubator. Okay. Now I can see YouTube. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I can see YouTube now. Yep. Good evening, everybody. Okay, now I have access to YouTube. I have access to YouTube. It's nice to see everybody. Trust we're doing good. Yeah, thank you very much. Trying to keep track of LMS isn't going through. Please, I would appreciate if the facilitators can look into that. And the teaching assistants can look into the LMS stuff. I did have issues with the LMS though, but one thing that would help is if you forget password. So far you're using the initial email that was. Oh, okay, no problem. I'm seeing feedback that it has been sorted out. All right, so how's it been so far? Has the world of Gen AI been so far? I hope we've been learning one or two. What's up with our assignment that was given to us last week? I know Jumobi must have taken us through the solution. I hope Jumobi must have taken us through the solution. But please again, on the LMS, I'm getting I have it on good note that has been sorted out. So please, you probably might want to reach out to whoever you have to reach out to on that. Yes, this is Gen AI class, right? This is Gen AI class. Yeah. So please comment. How's it been so far? Like how was the solution intro? How was the solution intro? Was it good? And hope we attempted it, please. Hope we did attempt the solution. Hope we did attempt the solution. Jenny has been fantastic. Okay, thank you, Francis. Anybody else? How's the Jenny AI class been? That's been good, yes. Okay, thank you very much. Right. So today we'll be looking at working on specific use cases. Apologies, I need this fan. All right. So we'll be looking at working on specific use case. Good, and yes, I attempted it. Okay, nice. Thank you very much, Lady JT. So I mean, today we'll be looking at working on specific use cases with Hugging Face API, right? So I'm sure we have been following through. We already know how to access Hugging Face. We already know how to select models that we'll be using and all that, right? So we'll just be looking at other specific use case, right? I'm sure the notebook must have been shared. But interestingly, right, I would encourage us to I like to encourage us to like I say code along, right? Don't just run the notebooks, code along. Even if you're not familiar with Python, right? Please, I would actually seek our indulgence to code along if we can do that. Or if you cannot, please just follow trading notes with that. I mean, it's fine. It's good. It's good. All right. Okay, so yes, I attempted the assignment. Madam Joshua took us through better understand. So okay, nice. That is very good. Yeah, I'm sure Jumobi must have done a very fantastic job. Permit me. Let me just share my screen. Share screen. Okay, share screen. I'd like to just share my entire screen, please. Okay, so while I'm sharing my entire screen, probably to just because of the width, right? I know some of us used to complain about the width. So I'll just turn off the camera for now. All right, we'll still come back to that. So for today's class, we're working on specific use cases, right? So I'll go to Google Colab. Welcome to Colab. I'll go to Google Colab. So, like I said, we're working on specific use cases of text generation via OpenFace. So I'll start with a new notebook because I actually want all of us to. Oh, you'll be giving no. Thank you. Okay. So I actually want everybody to to follow, right? To follow. Um, any questions? Please just drop them. Just drop them so that we can all can all learn. Thank you. All right. So first off, in terms of specific use cases for text generation, when it comes to text generation for generative AI, we would be looking at sentiment analysis, right? And we'll be seeing how these pre-trained models can be used for sentiment analysis. And sentiment analysis literally just means it's a technique that is used to determine the emotional tone, right, that you can get from a specific speech. So one interesting use case for sentiment analysis would be trying to decipher the tone from a customer based off a particular product. And maybe you're trying to know, oh, okay, based off this person's typing, right? You want to understand, is this person really angry at this particular product, or this person is actually not happy about this particular product, right? So it's one of those things that you would use sentiment analysis for, and it's just so it will help better understand, because we live in a world where it's not you don't get data, you don't usually get the tabular data. It's usually the unstructured data you will get, and with those unstructured data you still want to be able to gather insights, and that is what will help. Right? Exactly. Product. Yeah. Thank you, Olajumoke. Market research, product launch. So all these unstructured data, to make sense out of these things, right? You still need the whole idea of sentiment analysis, right? So it will help. And also we're looking at text summarization. Let's say you have this load of text and you want to understand, you want to actually understand what this text really mean, right? You understand what this text really means. One thing that would help text summarization, just to summarize the text. You don't have to be going through the long load, through the long duration. It just helps you bring out the pain points, through summary. And also chatbots and virtual assistant. I think we've looked at the chatbot, but we'll still talk about. I mean, it's still one of those specific use cases in text generation for Gen AI. And also question and answering, right? Let's say you ask a particular question. I mean, we looked into this too, right? So this class is basically just, we're just still kind of a refresher, but since we're following the curriculum, we have to stick to the curriculum. Yeah. So it means major. Okay. So yeah, while I know the notebook had been shared, but I'll still love us to, so first off, I think one thing we'd have to do, right, is to, put in our secret key. Again, I know the fact that, like I said, I shared an ethical rule, I generated a new key, right? Don't make your keys accessible. Okay, first off, I'll have to rename this to working on specific, sorry, working on specific use case use cases. Working on specific use cases. Okay, sorry. I like to use the underscore a lot. So working on specific use cases. So first off, we'll log in our secrets. Oh, interesting. I already have my. I think I'll replace it because I already deleted it. Right. So I'll replace this. Uh, delete. I think I'll just start again from the beginning. So I'll delete this. I'll add a new secret key. Again, don't make your API keys. Don't make them public. Right. No, you don't have to make them public. You don't have to make them public so that people do not hack into your stuff. So regardless, when I use every API key, I would usually, just delete it. So yeah, so I've logged in my login face token. So yeah, I think that is all, right? Okay. So let me stop sharing this, use data. Okay, this is fine. So I'll just cancel this. So I think one thing I would want to do is we can code along so that everybody would be able to follow. So do we have to create a new code since we are working on a new data? No, you don't have to, but just because for the sake of us to try and truly understand the what is going on, I'll be following through with what must have been shared, please. What must have been shared, so you don't have to. We can't see what you're doing. Oh, please, please, can you see what I'm doing now? Maybe that's just lag from your internet, because I'm sure you should be able to see what I'm doing. You should be able to screen. Okay. I hope it's better now. I hope it's better now. So sorry. Let me go ahead and just put in the very. I should zoom out also. Okay, zoom out. Interesting. I hope this is okay. I hope this is okay. I don't want. I hope this is okay. We can't see. How about now? Yeah, yeah. Please, Genevieve, yes, please go ahead. Can you hear me? You frozen? Please, that might be your network. Please, please, if you can hear me, just can you hear me? Okay, I can get. Okay, yes, it's okay. Thank you very much. I'll just go ahead and just continue with from um from Google Colab import user data. So I'll import user data from Google Colab first off. So user data. So that is for Colab to see that yes, my you see my secret key, right? That's why I'm doing this. So after that, I would. Oh, sorry. I should have just okay. So it connects to, but I'll still run it. But after that, I would want to just put in my API key, right? Sorry, my API key. So it to be equals to sorry. So it to be equals to this user data. So to be able to get. So I'll just copy and paste this. Time to release that. Sorry, bring all that out. Okay, get. So this is it, right? So my collab is actually connecting, but I think I'll run this again. Okay, it's already running. So my collab has connected, and I've been able to run this. I've been able to run this up. Oh, I didn't name it as. So I named it as token. So sometimes just not to waste our time, collab might want to help us complete some of the codes that we'll be writing. So import user. So the import user data, you are granting it to the secret key. If you can see, notebook does not have access to secret key. So I have to grant it access. So I'll click on grant access because I've named my secret key. I already named the secret key here, named and value for the secret key. Taking us again. So I'll run this again, right? Fine. No errors. Collab already has access to it. I hope we're following. Okay, it's clear. Zoom my. Please, this is the best I can do. You can also zoom from your end. I think this is the best I can do. If it's all zoomed out, it's going to affect me. It's going to really affect me. So, one thing we would now have to do is to import our operating system. So that will be import. Sorry. Okay. Import OS. So we'll be importing operating system. Then we would let our operating system know that yes, we have our environment variable, which is our API key. I will just press tab to complete this, tab to complete this. Right. So now the whole environment, the whole operating system, the ID will be able to pick up the Hugging Face token. Okay, please, sir, are you the one that routes uh the if Teams asks, am I the one that routes HF API? Sorry, I don't understand. You might have to explain. Thank you very much. You might have to explain very well. So basically, I'm trying to make sure that my environment variable already has access to my API token. Remember, I already defined it here. So now this environment variable already has access to my secret key, which is my API, which is my Hugging Face API. Now I'm not trying to say, okay, for this and for my operating system, that's for this environment variable, I have access to my Hugging Face API key. So one thing I will now have to do is pass this directly to Hugging Face Up. And I know I had explained, oh, now Hugging Face Up is basically what we will be using. Oh, before I even do that, I would even have to pip install Hugging Face. Right. So I would just even want to do this. I have to pip install Hugging Face. So, oh, sorry, apologies, delete this. So I'll pip install Hugging Face. So pip install Hugging Face up, right? Then I will make sure that it is quiet. So I'll make sure that it is quiet so I don't run into all those installation words that come. I think I explained why we do this. So I'll run this. Oh, no such thing. Okay, I think I didn't quite do this right this well. So okay, so yeah, I think I'll just remove this for now. So I'll just go ahead and pip install this. So I'll go ahead, pip install this. Then yes, I've been able to install Hugging Face, right? Hugging Face. So now I can go ahead with this. I can go ahead with this. So I can go ahead with this. Um, I hope my screen is not static. If my screen is blurry, again, it is from your network. So you might have to fix that. So now I can now do from Hugging Face since I have installed it from Hugging Face, from Hugging Face Hub, import the inference client. So I think I'd explained what the inference client actually does for us last class. So I will not be going back to explain that. I'll just click on this inference client. I'll not be going back to explain that. I've already explained what inference client does, and I've already explained what an inference does. So my screen is static. Okay, please. How about now? Uh can I get oh it's not moving. Okay, so first off, I'll go ahead again and explain. I uploaded my secret key to Collab. Then I wrote this piece of code here to grant to grant Collab access to my secret key, my Hugging Face token. I'll explain what a token is. Then I went ahead to install Hugging Face up to our environment variable. Now I'm trying to import the operating system to this to this environment, and I'm trying to set the API key for it to also have access to it, right? So Right. I'm trying. Let me see if it's not moving still. Yeah, it's moving. Oh, it's static. Probably the network. Please just hold on. It's static and it's not my network. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So, so too long. Please have on. Please let me if I let me know if it's moving now, please, so I can let me know if it's better now. Is this is it's not moving still? Apologies, my network, my bad. How about now? I hope it's doing better now. I hope it's better now. I hope it's better now. I hope it's better now. Please, is this still static? Please, is it better now? Okay, yes, it's better now. Okay. So I can go. Can I go ahead? Can I go ahead? Oh, can I go ahead? Okay, let me. Okay, it's static. Okay, let me stop sharing and I'll start again and share. If that would help. Share screen. Share. We just go. Okay, specific use case. So let's just share this screen. So how about now, please? Is it better? Can we see my screen? Can we see my screen now? Okay. Yeah, I think. Can we see my screen now? Can we see my screen now? Apologies for the lag. Okay, interesting. Okay, okay, okay. So apologies for the lag. Since network is not really on my side tonight. So I'll just go ahead and complete this piece of code here. And so I would now set variable for the client inference. So I'll be able to set the client to pick this. No, let me just complete this and delete inference because we're going to set the model differently. So it should grant it access to our token. Grant access to our token. Still go here because I don't have to start typing all this. I'll just go here and copy this. Yeah, I'll just go here and copy this. So, right. Let me see. Can you please start over again? Please, you'd have to hold on a bit. I'll start over. I'll still explain later. So just hold on, follow up with what we are doing. Then I will still explain. I'll still explain. So yeah, so now basically I'm just trying to make sure that whatever we're generating our inference, it's going to be referring. It's going to be we're going to give it access to this our key that we're using to open Hugging Face. Again, I've explained all this from previous class, so I will just not really um focus more on that. So I'll go ahead and I'll run this piece of code. So yeah, great. So now that we've done that, now I will now be installing the necessary packages that will be helping us with it. Right. So I will just go here. I'll just go here, write the comment, install necessary package. I'll write the comment, installing necessary package. When you're coding, when you want to write comments, you make use of hash. Oh, please again, it's too fast. Take your time. Go back to what I've said before. Right. So I'll go back again. I'll install the necessary packages I'll be working for. Installing, we can say importing. No, I think importing is the right word actually. Importing, importing the necessary libraries, importing the necessary libraries. So, sorry. So when you're writing code and you don't, I mean, like I must have explained that when you want to, you just comment, when you want to comment out piece of code and you don't want them to run, you just make use of the hash key. You just make use of the hash key. So I would go and I will import the lab library, the path library. The path library is for it's also for the text, then text wrap, then also like IPython for display, and also IPython display for the markdowns, and write a function on that. Please, again, the notebook must have been shared. So I would basically have to um I'll basically have to the note if you're lost, please follow through the notebook that has been shared, right? Um Follow through the notebook that has been shared. Thank you. So I'll go ahead and I will import my necessary libraries that I'll be working with, PathLib and the text wrap and text wrap. Okay, sorry, still going through writing with this. Then after, then also IPython, IPython this display, IPython display. Yeah, markdown. So, well, this should work. Okay. So please. Oh, okay. Yeah, supposed to be capitalism. So now that I've written the parts, then I'll go ahead and I'll run this code. I'll go ahead, I'll run this code. Please, my screen is still lagging. Apologies. Wow. Come on. Please, is my screen still lagging? I want to be sure because I'm seeing that my screen is lagging. Please, is my screen lagging? Please, if you can still see my screen, please let me know. Please let me know. Please let me know on the starship on the chat if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen now? Are you following? Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. And I think I can go ahead. So one thing I will now do is to define a function to put our libraries in place, especially for the text wrap and the markdown. So I will just go ahead and just go and define the function to markdown def to markdown markdown. Apologies if my screen is still lagging. Just trying to make sure that markdown text. Um, Please, I hope my screen is not lagging. It is in bold or you cannot see. Please, I'm trying. Okay, right. Okay, I hope it's better now. Okay, you can see it. Okay, thank you very much for us that we can see. So for the text replace. So text replace. So basically, what this is just trying to do is to be able to remove any special text based off the several tags, especially for the text summarization based off what I'll be copying. So it's just to basically remove any special text, right? Or we can call it. I'm trying to look for the right word now. Special symbols. Yeah. special symbol will be right. So I would put in maybe one of the special symbols I want to remove. Let's say I'll put stop, right? Then also another special symbol we might want to remove, the quotes that might happen. Okay. And what else? Okay, sorry. I think I should put in my double quote. Maybe the star. Yeah, the star. Again, please go through the, though yes, some of what I'm writing here might be much more summarized based off what must have been shared, because what I've been shared is quite detailed. But so I'm just trying to make sure that I don't waste time. So I probably, when I'm right, when because I'm coding live, I probably would have to skip some steps, but it's still the same thing. Just follow through what I've been shared. So after that, I will now return. I'll return the markdown. I'll return the markdown. It has to be in caps. I'll return the markdown text wrap. This is why I don't want to make it bold, because it's going to also affect me. Text indent, yes, text indent is right. And I'll just go ahead and I'll just edit this. I think, okay, yeah, great. Done. Let's get an button. Greater than, yeah. Then predict. And also, one thing I love writing on Colab is that if you're very lost, you can always just over around the code, and it just brings out this pop up, and you'll be able to see exactly what is going on, and you'll be able to understand every line. So it's very good for beginners, because to explain every line of code, to explain every line of code, right? So that's what we do. So apologies, I would look into what is going. I'll look into the chat. I just want to be able to make sure that I'm reading this and everybody would follow. Would follow. So lambda, please would follow. I'm coming. I have to remove this because it's obstructing me. Then true. Set the lambda as true. Okay, I think this is okay. So I'll still zoom in again so we can follow. I know this is too. So basically what I'm just trying to do is to set a function for all this, for the markdown, for the text, for these libraries that I'm trying to set up, right? That's basically what I'm trying to do. No fluff, no special thing here. It's just setting the function for that. So I'll go ahead and run this to make sure we're good. Oh, I'm getting, okay, so I did not, okay, yeah. So it's supposed to expecting this, and exactly one thing about coding with Python, that it can also still show me, oh, where the error is coming from. And that's why I'm not just running it from the notebook directly. I want us to be able to see especially the syntax that we would probably expect, especially when we are writing this code ourselves. So you would see, and it's also correcting me that it's expecting this sign close to when I'm wrapping this function. So I'll just go ahead and fix, then run this again, and I'll see that the error message has gone. Okay, so now that I've written that, let me go. I don't understand, what does the function hold to achieve P. So the function is trying to make sure that we set for the markdown to work. It's just to set the markdown to work. Markdown in terms of when the output that we'll be generating, we'll see how it work. It would say how it's going to work, right? So please hold on. Please hold on. You will still be able to appreciate that. And you can also still go through the notebook, then you see how that work. Everything you're writing is already in the notebook. Please, you only need to run the codes. We only need to run the codes when you run it. So yes, everything is already on the code. Some things are even summarized. Like this now, I'm summarizing it because I cannot go ahead and start writing from IPython display import markdown, from my IPython display import display. So I'm trying to write it from start. so that people would follow along. Because if just people not really following along, people not really understanding, right? So yes, that is why I'm not just running it directly. I'm not just running it directly. I need to plug this laptop. Okay. That's why I'm not just running it directly. Any more issues, please let me know before I move ahead. Sir, please, I can't see your screen. Please, I hope it's better now. I hope my screen is not frozen. I hope my screen is not frozen. Can you adjust your video and check your? I hope my screen is not frozen. I hope my screen is not frozen. Okay, so I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and continue with instantiating the client. Okay, so I think I'll just go ahead and go ahead with this. Okay, so instantiating clients. um, Sorry, instantiating the client. Oh, I don't even have to. I don't even have to go ahead with that. So I think one thing I will just do. Okay, it's better now. Your screen is okay. Okay, thank you very much. I think one thing I'll just go is to the sentiment analysis part. So I'll just go to sentiment analysis part so that we can see that. So sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis. So I'd explain what sentiment analysis is all about, right? And I've said how we use sentiment analysis to actually detect emotional tone from unstructured data. In our case now, the text itself, and you basically want to use it to get customers feedback, social media, um, monitoring, and brand reputation engagement. Right, that is what we would want to do. So now I will start with defining a function that would help with that. Okay, now it's better. Yes, so okay, this grabbed my attention even if I was not going to talk. If your collab is having too many active sections, you have to terminate one for it to go, because you remember that you're using compute on the cloud and it's shared, right? So thank you. So I'll just go ahead to what the sentiment analysis function should look like. So I'll define the function. Actually, when you're doing Python, I know most of us already understand this. You start every Python function with def. You are defining the function. Then when you are done, you now return to what you actually want the function to do. So please, I'm trying to give like a bit of crash codes here and there so that we understand. That's why I am not just running this code. I'm trying to also reach out to people that do not understand these codes. Please, thank you. So analyze. So I'll start with, okay, I'll name the function analyze sentiment text. I mean, thank God it already understands that. So I think it's already defined for my def and the response it should give. So I will just go ahead and also put in from the prompt. And I think I already explained this. I explained how the prompt and the response are supposed to be from the last class, right? I, I explained that. Sure, I explained. Sure, I explained that. I explained that from the last class. So I will just go with a single quote and I'll say, please sorry, analyze the sentiment of the following text. Right. Okay, of the following text. Analyze the sentiment of the following text that I will be putting through. Again, you can just go through the notebook that has been shared. So I will just try to set this. So for the text, I will still be importing. Yeah. So just to set this, and set the text that will be imputing here, and yeah, text and the end sentiment. Okay, so sentiment. Right. So that's that about that. Well, this is supposed to be n. Yeah, I think this is good. So and also the that okay for the client. So I think this is correct. Um, client dot text then classification. Is it yeah, so it is correct. Then I will now use this to define the model, define the max token of sentiments that should actually be generated. I explained from the last class what tokens are, then define the rules through the message that should be passed. So the model I'll be using will be the same model as ours. I'll be using the I think no, I won't use. I think I'll go with Mistral because Mistral is very simple and portable for us to use. Right, so I'll go with Mistral. So I'll just go define the model. All right, for the model, I'll also all right for the model. I'll also write for the max no the message. Then I'll also write for the max token. For the max token. Apologies, I'll zoom in back. I just want to be able to see what I'm typing. Yeah, message, messages. Okay, sorry, messages. So, like I said, the model I'll be making use is Mistral. So I'll go back to where I kept Mistral. Okay, yeah, I have it here. I'll just copy it. I just have to copy that. I already copied it from Hugging Face. I think I already showed us how we can approach that from Hugging Face, how we can copy models from Hugging Face. We did that. We already did that in the last class. So you can go back and you can see how you can also copy models from Hugging Face. So for the message, I would think I'll just have to even start with the max token first off because not to ruin the code. So for the max token, I think I'll just set it at 25. I think I'll give it a beat. I said that's 20, sorry 250. I said that's 250. Then for the message for which the role is going to be passing through. Please apologies. You can zoom in. I'll still zoom into my code. I'll still zoom into my code. Right. So this should be. I'll still zoom into my code. Then I will now define how the message should be, how the model should process the messages. So I'm going to define the role. So I'm going to define the role. Um, role. Again, all these have been explained in the last class, and I'll still be explaining again. Basically, the role is just what the user is in this context, right? Then I'll set it as user. I'll set it as user. Yeah. I'll set it as user. Yes. I'll set it as user. Okay. I'll set it as user. Then I will set the context. I'll set context for. Okay, this was missing. I'll set context. I'll set context to for the model, which is the prompt, which is this prompt that I'll be referring to, right? So I'll just go ahead. I don't have to put it in a code since I already defined it as a variable here. Please, again, you can follow through the notebook, but I'm just trying to code live so that we can understand, especially for people that are beginners here. That is why I'm actually doing this by coding live. So yeah. Then I will now set this since I already set that to I don't have to now start writing that. So I'll just copy this so it can point to this. Simple. Yeah. And yeah, so that is basically that. Oops, I was supposed to put this in a square bracket. Yes, because I already foreseen that error was going to happen. So I'll put this in a square bracket. So it's going to take the role I is me setting the role as me the user because I will be asking some text and setting the content to the prompt so it will be picking it from here, right? I hope that is clear. Then I would go ahead and put this and close this bracket so that this red bracket here will stop showing red. Sorry. Good. Now it has closed, so it is to signify that this has been closed. So this would wipe off very soon. So this has been closed. Okay, so let me put this here. It doesn't matter. So this has been closed, right? Um, this is still showing us an error, so I can just go here and see how, yeah, because I'm trying to make sure that this, so the model will be able to speak to this. Yeah. And one thing I'm able to keep track of if I'm wrong or right to my code is when I notice that I'm seeing this red line. So Python will be able to tell me, oh, something is wrong, or you're not writing a particular syntax of code well. You would see a red line, or maybe when a library is not imported well, and the environment does not even understand what's going on. You see the yellow line, but when you see the red line, it means, oh, this syntax, you have to correct it, right? So please, let's take note of that. I would still zoom in back to it, but you can zoom out, you can zoom the screen so that you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. Apologies, right? And so yeah, so I'll just return response, the response, and the choice of that response. So I just put it to default. So I'll be setting to default. So when I'm setting to default, it's just going to be 0. So I'll put it in the square bracket. I'll set it to default, so it will be in the square bracket. Then I will now set this message, so it will speak to this message, so it will speak to this again. Then I will now, oh yeah, then the content. Basically, I'm just trying to say, return this for me. Return what I've already set here for me, for this function, Basically, that's what I'm doing. I'll explain this. I've explained this a lot and a lot of times. So please, so I would go ahead and I'll still continue with this line of code. So I'll push. Okay, so there's something in Python we call indentation. And I should explain indentation. So when you're writing Python script, Python requires you to indent your functions most times. So that's why you would see. So if I highlight this now, okay, now very good. Let me highlight this again. Apologies if I'm just trying to explain this for people who are just getting new to Python. That's why I'm taking my time like this, right? That's why I'm taking my time like this. So you will be able to see that these spaces are there. These little spaces here are called indentations. And we need that actually when we are defining functions. That is how Python interprets or compiles its code. That is how the language is, right? So that is a bit of crack. So I would leave this indentation and just go ahead. Since I'm already done with writing that function, then I'll now go ahead and use that function. I'll go ahead and use that function. I hope that is clear. Right. I'll go ahead and use that function. So I'll just go to the text and I'll go ahead with the text. I'm trying to look for a very negative review. I think the one that was shared must have been a positive review. Let's see. Let's look for something very simple. Let me just say I ate this product. I ate this product. So I have to zoom out again so that I can see what I'm doing. Please, I write codes better when the screen is very tiny. Apologies. So I ate this product. Remember, I'm doing sentiment analysis for this product. Right? Then I would say I would say that yes, now set my function. I mean, it's already giving me what the text will be, that, oh, the sentiment is you should call this function that I have already done. I've already written for this as analyze. Oh, interesting. It's already wiped out. So let's see if it will come back again. Sentiment. Okay, it came back. So sentiment, analyze sentiment, bracket, this sentiment that is here. Let me just press tab so it completes this. This sentiment that is here. I hate this product. Then it should print out. It should print out this, right? But since I already use Markdown, I probably I'll use print instead of the Markdown that I wrote earlier. Let's see what it's come of that. So I'll go ahead and I'll run the code. Again, let me explain. Basically, what I did was to write a function for the sentiment analysis. I explained what sentiment analysis is. Sentiment analysis is basically trying to determine emotional tone behind the body of text. And it entails when when you're trying to understand, especially for product reviews, for customer reviews, you're trying to understand if they if they like your particular product, if they don't like your particular product, rather than giving them the, maybe you don't, when you don't actually have access to a tabular data, and most of the time it comes as, maybe segment analysis comes in terms of, let's say I'm trying to survey data from social media, from Twitter X, from Facebook, from Instagram. One way of doing that is actually doing sentiment analysis with text. Yes, we can actually do sentiment analysis if we're very much familiar with data science. We can actually do sentiment analysis with our normal um, machine learning models, and we can make use of NLP. If most of us that are actually very much familiar with data science, especially for NLP, natural language processing, right? Which we were explaining, which is the fundamental for all these old generative with text, and also various unstructured text, images, voice data. Usually, we would have tabular data, and we would have labeled it, right? We would have labeled it because it will come out as supervised, right? If this now I'm giving a data science crash course, we would have labeled it and it to be supervised, right? We would have said, okay, when you see something like I hate this product, it's positive. I love this. Sorry, I hate this product, it's negative. I love this product, it's positive. So it usually would come in labeled. Then now you make use of NLTK to give what we'll not train the model of that. We will have those things, right, in numerous numbers, like in rows and columns, and they will be labeled, right? So we will now pass text that the model has not seen before on the trained model that we train with NLTK. Then we will now pass it. Then we will now see, when we're not like, okay, fine, let me see if it's, I'll pass it with a text that it has not seen before. Then we'll be able to say, yes, the model that we trained using the traditional machine learning model works fine. But that's like the supervised model. Now, this is basically me running it unsupervised because I did not particularly train this model to do that set task, right? So using pre-trained models like this in quotes help to streamline that whole task of data labeling. So I can just carry out one of these. I can just take one of these models from Hugging Face that have been used for text generation, and I'll just use it for my own sentiment analysis, and I don't have to go through the conventional part of labeling, because I would have to collate, because most times, especially if you're someone that has done research, actually sentiment analysis is one of these very common projects in data science, right? And you would have to label data, and most of the times, even when you go to, most of these are data sources, you see data sources from Hugging Face, you see that it is already labeled. But now we are not trying to do this for data that is not labeled, because I didn't label this model to actually know that, yes, this is for sentiment analysis. This is a pre-trained model, and so that is part of what these pre-trained models have helped to streamline the whole issue of trying to label data, because they've been trained on an enormous amount of data, right? So I would go ahead and I would run this, so to show Yeah, I okay. So where is this error coming from? Um, right. So it's coming from invalid syntax. Perhaps we forgot a comma. Interesting. Let's look at my code. Oh yeah, I was supposed to put a comma um at every variable that I was trying to write so that it would understand. Okay, let's see if I run that. Oh, interesting. Now we see that this red has gone. So that's the interesting thing about writing Python. You get to be able to spotlight the errors that are coming from, and that's why I'm going through all this stress so that we don't just give you the notebook for you to go and run, because it will be like, I mean, you just easy peasy. I just run the code. So now we're trying to cater for people that are just poorly beginning, so that they will appreciate especially what each line of codes are doing. But still, you can still follow through what we are doing on the notebook. So I'll go ahead. I'll run this again. Hopefully, inference not expecting. So now I got an max token. So I'll go ahead and check what is wrong. Okay, so what could be wrong? Oh, interesting. I think this should have an S, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I'll run this again. Max tokens. So I'll have to go ahead and check what could be wrong with my code. I mean, um this is one of the things you get to face, especially when you're writing code with Python. I mean, you just keep on learning and you have to start debugging, trying to understand what could be wrong. So I would go ahead and I'll try to figure out what could be wrong with this. I'll try to figure out what could be wrong with this. Let's see. Let's run it again. So it's saying, so I can say, explain this error. So I can use the generative AI on Collab to actually say, oh, what could be wrong with this error that I'm getting. That would be a good way to understand. But it's taking so much time. So it will help me fix it. It has helped me fix it. Say the error message inference client there got an unexpected keyword argument max token, which indicates that the text classification method of the inference does not accept max token arguments. I will remove this argument and fix. So I would say accept. So it will fix my code for me, right? So I think it has fixed the code. Then I'll go ahead and run this. Interesting. So I go ahead and run this. What could be wrong? Messages. What could be wrong? What could be wrong? What could be wrong? What could be wrong? I will have to take this. I'll have to take this out. Right. I have to take this out and try to figure out what could be wrong. Um. Okay. So while I'm trying to figure that out, okay, seems everyone is lost. Please, if you are lost, yes, that would. I'm sorry, Genevieve. You're saying, Bash, can we change the text in our notebook then run? Yes, that would work. We can do that. But like I said, I'm just trying to make sure that I cater for people that really do not understand the whole Python thing that is going on, right? That's why I'm doing all this. That's why I'm doing all this. So they would actually understand. They'll actually understand what is going on, and it's not just be like, oh, yeah, this is what just running notebooks. So I'm trying to figure out what is going on. Hmm, interesting. Again, face. Okay. Oh, yes. So I probably think it's because of the model I'm using, but I don't want to change the model. I'm trying not to change the model. I think it's because of the model I'm using. So let's see if I use, let's see if I will be able to run get this with what's the name now? It's Meta AI's model. Yeah, let me see if I'll be able to get that with Meta AI model. So I'll go and use Llama model. I'll use Llama model for this. Let's see if it will work. I'm trying to go to Hugging Face. So apologies, you'll not be able to see my screen. I'm trying to go to Hugging Face to copy out Llama model. So most of the times, the models might not actually be suited for a particular task. I'm trying to see if this would work with Llama model. Okay, so I think I'll just go here. Am I getting any message? I'll just go here and print. Okay, so interesting. So I'll go here. Let me just take these off. Yeah, right. These. Let's see. Let's see if this will work. No, apologies. So yeah, so I was able to switch this to Meta rather than Mistral. So I'll run the code now and see if it will work. It should be able to work now. Okay. So interestingly, it had to do with us using Mistral for um for sentiment analysis. So I think it's to say that we cannot use Mistral model for sentiment analysis. Interesting. So I already increased this. So we cannot use Mistral for sentiment analysis. So I think I'll copy this model and try to save and just save it as part of the models I'll be using. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So extremely positive. Oh, and I also had to copy. Okay, let me change this to what I love this. I love this product. So let me see if I run this. Okay, yeah, positive, right? And the text expresses a clear and strong positive emotion towards the product, which the use of love, and it also explains that this indicates a level of satisfaction. Okay, let me follow through the chat if we are getting. I don't think you should add colon after sentiments. Yes, I was not supposed to add. Sorry, when it's after sentiments. Yeah. Sorry, can you come again? Melly, where was I not supposed to add colon? Okay, Francis, let's try a different model. Yes, we already did. And same here, I don't understand anything. Are you just joining us? Because if you're just joining us, okay, yeah, you need to rewatch. So I'm guessing you are a beginner in Python. So let me go through. Okay, I think I'd answered this. I'll answer this. Maybe you should remove the dark mode. Let's remove from dark mode. So should I remove the code from dark mode? Apologies because of my eyes. That's why I would literally have to put it on dark mode. I write code with dark mode, please. Okay. All right. I can see Genevieve is trying to explain NLP. Right. Thank you very much for that. Again, please, we are all learning, right? Your meeting come. Thank you. Right. Thank you. I was able to correct myself. Thank you. What else? What else? Okay. So fine. Now we already did our own statement analysis. We already did our own statement analysis, and it works fine now, right? Um, and yeah. So let's even use a negative analysis. Let's say I ate this product. Let's see. So of course negative. Interesting. It doesn't even explain. It doesn't even give us that detailed explanation it was giving us for love. Now that's very sad. Um, can someone give me like a sentiment text? Can someone give me like a sentiment text that would help? Let's say let's just practice other sentiment text. Let me see if we're following. Can someone give me another sentiment text? Another sentiment text. Okay. please, what correction did you make? Because I'm coding along with you. So yeah, so what I did was to change this model. Clement, what I did was to change this model, please. What I did was to change this model. Apparently, when I was trying to use Mistral model, it was not working for our sentiment analysis. So I had to switch back to the model we had in our initial notebook, right? So yes, that is why. So that was the error. That was like the main cause of the error why the inference was not working. So Shegun, this is interesting. Well done, but because I know what it takes to in NLP in data science. So yeah, exactly. And now you Shegun, you'll be able to see why these models actually help us from the whole labeling of data for sentiment analysis. So it's okay. I did that. I did mine. So please refer back to the notebook that was shared, Clement. Refer back to the notebook that was shared, please. I think this product is overrated. Thank you. Thank you. Let me try that. I think this product is overrated. I think. Oh, sorry. I think. I think this product is overrated. Is overrated. Let's see what the sentiment will be. Let's see what's saying. Oh, so it is negative. Oh, interesting. It even explains this. The word overrated is a negative connotation, indicating that the speaker thinks the product is not as good as others claim to be. This shows negative sentiments. Okay, so can I get use this text? Are you happy? Okay, thank you very much for Longshore. I mean, that's a question. That's not really a statement. So let's not ask questions. Let's ask statements. Apologies if you're lost. You would have to fast forward, and you have to fast forward. You have to go back to and watch, and you'll be able to follow. So please, can I get another last text? Another last text. Let's see. Another last text, please. Can I get another last text? Um, I prefer foreign products to local one. Thank you, Oluwatoyin. Let's see how that goes. I prefer foreign products. Foreign products to local ones. Um, so I'll just run this. Let's see how that will go. So it's negative, and it explains this text express a preference for foreign products over local ones. Speaker seems to express negative opinions for local products, implying that they are inferior to the foreign ones. Interesting. I think the movie is overrated. Of course, overrated is going to be negative. It's going to be negative. So Text, they have told us this is all about Python programming. I for don't give up. Give up, please. I mean, please don't give up. Eh? Right? Don't give up. Yeah, it's we all started from some. I love hot jollof rice. I mean, that's a very positive one. I think I'm looking for a more negative one. Sorry, a more neutral one. Uh, what else? 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 Um, Yeah, I mean, you would not be able to. So let me add to this conversation that is going on about trying to do AI without Python. Interesting. I mean, some people are just basic users. They just use these tools that have been created. They just use the Gemini. They just prompt, and they just they use the ChatGPT to create images and text and whatnot. But this course is, like I say, yes, this course is basically fixed on we knowing how to use this open source model to create for our own specific use case. I don't like drinking water. Is that not a negative? That's a negative now. I think the project is not really bad. Look, that's an interesting one. Let's see. That's an interesting one. Let's see what the model would do. So yeah, like I was saying, this whole course is just for us to be able to know how to use these models for specific use cases. Yeah, you might want to do generative AI. You might want to use generative AI. You might not want to really code. That's fine, but this is more fixed on we building for our own specific use case. Because once you know Python, you can be able to like know how to fine tune any of these models for your own use case. Now, exact. Thank you very much for this. I think this project is not really bad. This is neutral, slightly positive. The text suggests that the speaker does not have strong feeling for the project, but they are willing to say so. This is exactly what I was trying to look for, right? So please let's give ourselves like 5 minutes. Sorry, 10 minutes. So once it's like, because I know this has been a lot. So once it's 8:20, yeah, let's just say 4 minutes. Once it's 8:20, we'll come back, right? Then we'll now focus on text summarization. Thank you very much. I'm glad some of us are following, so at least we've gotten a bit of break. Yeah. So we'll be back by 8:20. All right, so we are back. Let me go through the. Sorry. Let me go through the messages. Um, Thank you very much, Genevieve. Thank you very much. And does Clement, does print and markdown do the same thing? Yeah, they actually do. They actually do. I can just rather just say print or just do the markdown. The markdown basically is like an old Python way of doing things, but printing is just much more straight to the point. And what else? I print and markdown doing the same thing. Yes, Clement, yeah, still reading the same thing. And what else? Who are we going to hold on to here? Present information. So I think I'll encourage us to have like study group. It will really help, right? I mean, if you're lost, you can just reach out to someone in your WhatsApp that can actually help to explain. DMAX, I was hard for like 20 minutes. Next, I don't think you. Okay, I mean, you probably must have missed. We went on 5 minute break, but you can of course just fast forward and you see what you missed. And you see what you missed. And what else? 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 Okay. All right. So I think that's all for now. Let's go to text summarization. Let's go to text summarization. So text summarization. Text summarization. I think I'll be working with Meta AI models right now. Like, so I'll be using the normal model. I won't use Mistral. I'll use Mistral. I'll stick to Beta. I'll not try to experiment again. So I don't run into bugs. And what else? Thank you very much, Mazi. Yeah. And so for text summarization, like I explained earlier, if you have like very large sum of text, you are just trying to summarize them. You're trying to summarize them and summarize them to just give you what they are, just straight up what they are. So I'll start with also defining a function for that and also setting the prompt, the response to the chat completion, set the model, set the max token. And yeah, so I'll start by setting the function. So function, let's say summarize. I like to play. Okay, I'll just complete this um with tab, right? So I don't have to start typing all that. So yeah, function summarize text prompt. And again, just to see, you see that sometimes when I type something, Collab just generates the code for me. Yeah, so you can use that. It helps. I mean, it makes life much more easy, right? So I would go and I will just okay. Interesting. It already knows what exactly what I want to do. So it's just generating it for me ASAP. I think I like that. So yeah, yeah, response, clear chat completion is just exactly what we did, right? What we did for the sentiment analysis. I'll go here and I'll just press tab. Okay, I know no, it didn't complete this. It didn't complete this. This was not okay here. So I'll go here and yeah. So I think this. Let me cross check if this is right. What we have here. So this is right. So text summarization. Okay, interesting. Wow, we literally have generated everything. Okay. So I'll be summarizing. I think I want to share my old full screen for this so that we can all see where I'll be getting the text that I really want to summarize. So apologies. Let me set it to share my full screen. Share my full screen. Okay, sorry. Okay, no, I share my screen. Apologies, I got disconnected. Present. Share screen. Share my screen. Yeah, sorry, I got disconnected. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. Right, calm. I got disconnected. Share my screen again. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, okay. Please, can we see my screen? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can we see my screen? I'll share my screen. Can we see? Can we see my screen? Can we see my okay? Yeah, I think my screen is. Can we see my screen? How now? Yes, yes. All right. Thank you very much. We can see my screen. So I wanted to share my screen because I wanted you guys to see where I'll be copying the text from. So I had already used this. I used the Colab already generated the whole code for me, so I don't really have to start typing it. So for the prompt, to the response, the model, the max token, it's just basically he already understands that oh you're following this format, so it's already helping me to generate. It already helped me to just I won't say generate because this is not like we've not like we use the model for this, but it just helped me complete it based off my code. And you actually see this, especially when you're writing. I think latest Jupyter Notebook ID comes with this completion code thing too. You know when you over around it to also explain what the code is variable prompts coming and it's a string. When you see str, that means it's a string. Yeah, set max. Okay, so this is good. This is good. This is good. This is so I'll from this function. So for the text I'll be summarizing from one of my favorite papers ever. One of my favorite ever, which is attention is all you need. Okay. So I'll be taking the the abstract of this paper and I'll be summarizing it. So like I said, this paper is like the foundational, it's like the foundation to all this to generative AI. You know, gave us interesting thing I liked about this paper is because sorry I'm deviating, but I mean this is like a foundational paper of all these old generative AI thing that we are doing, right? And the one thing I like about this paper is trying to solve a problem that has to do with sequence to sequence generation. And they stumbled. I mean, and then they didn't even know that they stumbled upon something that will be bigger than that will be bigger than what they were initially trying to solve. So the problem was that the we used to have, especially for deep learning, we used to have something called recurrent neural networks, right? And recurrent neural network was basically the generative models that we had then. So it was just try to help us, repeat stuff. And under recurrent neural network, we had these models that would typically just learn in short forms. We call them LSTM. I can't remember what LSTMs are right now. Maybe you can check. Let me see. Let me try and remember LSTM. LSTMs, LSTM RNN model. So I'm trying to deviate a bit. Recurrent neural network, long short-term memory. So basically, these were like how these models will be able to learn um in short term. And again, I'm going back to basically foundational stuff. I'm going back to like foundational stuff now. So they were trying to and it was just so you cannot process long text with this. It took too much time and it was very slow. And now this paper was trying to solve the whole generation of this text and also see like how can we generate text? How can this model pay attention literally to what it should generate next, right? And that's how this paper came to be. And this paper is what just gave the boom to what generative AI is all about. So yeah, that's why I really love this paper. And this paper this thing. I'm trying to see how we can solve that. Enough of my story. So enough of my story. I will go here and I will just copy this abstract because this abstract is actually what I'm trying to so I hope you can hear me now. I hope you can hear me now. Okay, yeah, thank you. So yeah, so I'll just go ahead and do a summary of this text. Do a summary of this text and just wrap it up with. So I'll wrap it up with these double quotations, right? I'm wrapping up with these double quotations. Then I will go ahead and just say, give me a summary. Okay, summary text and pre-summary. Yeah. Summary, summarize this text, trying to call this function, right? I'll read it in. Then it should print the summary. I can also go ahead and write markdown. But let's just, so I can go ahead. So it is running. It's going to summarize this paper for me. So interesting. It has summarized this um that summarize the whole abstract for me. So the summary of this is researchers proposed a new neural network architecture called transformers that uses attention mechanism instead of complex recurrent and convolutional networks. So I talked about recurrent. This new model outperform others on machine translation tasks, then achieving a blue score of 28.4. Please ignore this whole complexity. They're all AI research, but blue is an evaluation metrics to actually evaluate text models that have to do with text generation. Yeah, that's how about that. English to French. And they also and this model this model also generalized well to other tasks such as English consistency, facing, which was more parallelizable and efficient to training other than previous models. So basically, like I said, this model just helps to my screen got frozen. Is my screen okay now? Can we see my screen? Can we see my screen? Come alive. Yes, last we win. We win in Jesus' name. I didn't say you didn't add temperature to it. Yeah. Thank you for that. Nice. I can see people actually observing. Yeah, I didn't add temperature to it. But interesting, you can actually add temperature, and that would also help in how the model, like I explained, how the model comes up with random text generation, right? So thank you very much, Elanka. That's a very good observation. So I can actually, if I want to regulate how my model is actually, doing this task, I can do that. But reason why I'm not even adding temperature to it, or I'm not trying to like control how it's generating text is because I'm kind of restricting what it's doing in terms of like for text summarization, in terms of like assessment and analysis. I really do not need to now start adding all those parameters, all those rigid parameters to it. So, yeah, you can actually do. That is observation. Thank you very much. How many codes do I need to? You need like three three double quotes. Because the thing is, these are strings, and you need to be able to tell, the Python variables that, sorry, Python variables, interesting. You need to be able to tell Python environment that this is not part of the code, or that these are just like literal texts, right? Sorry, Chuku Ezekiel, the F before the quotation is called F string. Yes, thank you very much for answering, Melly. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, it's called F string. Yes, it does help. It does help. Thank you very much. Okay, so quick one. Should we look at let's look at question and answer. Let's look at question and answer. Let's look at question. I think we already did, no, because chatbots we already did that. But let's look at question and answer. Let's look at question and answer. Or should we look at? I think we're already familiar with question and answer. Let's look at chatbot and virtual assistants. That would work. So, okay, so now we want to look at another use case of text generation, which is chatbot, virtual assistants. So, I mean, AI models also they excel in conversational AI applications like chatbot and virtual assistant. Interestingly, before generative AI, we used to build chatbots with something called fuzzy logic, meaning you already give it some set of pre-trained rules already on how it's supposed to work. But now thanks to our pre-trained models, we don't have to do fuzzy logic, and it already has the context to actually understand exactly what we are doing. I'll go ahead. Okay, let me just chatbots. Sorry, chatbots and virtual assistant. Let me just say chatbot and VA. I need to write that fully. So for that, it's still going to be the same. It's still going to be the same function. But I think one thing that will just differ is how we're just try to exit once we're done. Well, we're just going to try to exit what we are done. I'm curious at this code. What is it exactly? I don't understand honestly. Please, can you chrono please Nexus, please um go back to the previous just go back, watch from the beginning, and you would actually understand. Miguel, scroll up a bit. I want to see your function. Okay, no problem. I'll do that. I don't want to rush. Sorry, what function do you want to see, Miguel? What function do you want to see, Miguel? Please, can you just quickly answer? Please, can you send the notes again? What function do you want to see, Miguel? Please, can you answer before I move ahead? Can you answer before I move ahead? Summarization function. Okay, this is it. I hope it's clear. Anything else? Can I move? Can I move? Can I move? I'll do a recap. I honestly will do a recap. I'll 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 do a recap. Deborah. um, I understand from it sounding strange based of from a beginner level, but it doesn't really sound strange. And it doesn't really sound straight, to be honest. We all started from somewhere, to be very honest. Because I mean, and generative AI, one of the prerequisites for this is you should already understand data science. You should already know data science. Because once you already understand data science, you'll be able to appreciate these things. Benita Ozondo, I'm new to Python, or welcome to Python. Right, you still have a lot of things to catch up. Please just there are resources on YouTube that you can actually use to catch up on Python. On Python. So there are resources. Just for review, can you remind how to put it's ugly face, happy face, interesting. Yeah, so it's just me doing this. So um Winifred is just doing this. You go to this key thing here. You give you of what the token is, right? Then you grant notebook access, then you save. That's all. That's all. Oh, Gaga, guys, it's looking like French to me. Ah, sorry, please. Apologies. It's one of the things. I'm trying to forget about the code and just run the ones in the notebook. Yeah, that would help. Well, the thing is, Ezekiel, you would agree with me that if especially one of the things that we're trying to make sure that we're careful with, if we just come ahead and we just start running things from the notebook and start explaining, it to cause a bit of issues from beginning. So we're trying to cater for the guys that are just starting out, so they will understand, right? They will understand how I wish I were asked. How I wish we were asked to learn. It's not too late, please. You can still learn Python. You can still learn Python. You can still learn Python and still follow up. It seems as if though some persons here are good with Python already, so they are making you feel like you are on same level. Yes, I understand. That is why I'm taking my time to write these things. I'm taking my time to write these things to even debug. When I run to an error, I show you how to spot an error, and you see you see how you spot an error, and you see how it's being corrected. So yeah, Total Ache, please just watch. If you're lost, please just go back and watch. You understand? No attendance, so we'll give out the attendance. So I'm trying to make sure that please guys, I would have to, you guys don't want us to finish. You guys don't want us to go to chatbots and virtual assistants. We don't have all time. We don't have all time. Please, if you're lost with Python, go to YouTube. There are different resources that will help. And sir, I'm lost. Please don't be lost. So please, not to waste our time. Let's just quickly finish this chatbot and call it a night. See, our time is well spent. Is well spent already. So please, so for this chatbot and V, I will just go define my function again. Like I said, functions will start from functions will start with def. When you're defining function on Python, you start with def, and once you're done, you return back the function, right? So I'll go and I will just say chatbots and chatbots. I'm trying to name, then I'll name it as user input here. User input. User input. Then yeah, don't forget this. Yeah. Then I'll define the prompt the same way we've been doing things. So I don't have to start explaining this. I don't have to start explaining all this. Then put in my f string. Put in my f string and try. Okay. User. So what this does is that now that we are trying to define it as a chatbot now, users will just basically be following through, right? They will be the ones imputing the prompts as they're chatting with the bot in quotes. So yeah, we don't have to like give it like a like I would say pre-function, but we don't get pre-function. So pre-prompt, so to say. We don't have to give it like a pre-prompt, right? Um. So yeah. So then I'll go ahead. Then I would yeah. So whatever the users will be adding to as input, that will be the initial prompt. I'll complete this. That will be the initial prompt. Then what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay, so this. So yeah. Then assistant. So assistant. Hope I spelled this well. Okay, yes. Yeah. Then I'll put the response. So again, you say that this is different. I just want to spot just just false ones. So this is different because now it will now require the users themselves imputing this under when I run this code under here. It's different from how we already determine the pre-prompt like this. It's different from how I already determined the pre-prompt just like this. So now it's not because it's going to be like basically in real time. The prompt itself becoming in real time. So that's why we have to put it like that. All right. So response chat completion here. So I think I'll just press start to complete. The completion. This is not the model I'm using. Yep. Yeah. Use my llama. Yeah. This is it. Then I'll put the comma. I think I'll just complete it with this. Let me check. Because sometimes you can just gonna compute rubbish. Okay, yeah. So basically, it's just picking in what I've already done here because it already understands the flow. So over time, when even on sorry, on virtual code, test code, it will also help to complete some of whenever you're writing text code for a long time, it will be completing it for you. Right. So now this now comes to the interesting part. This comes to the very interesting part. So now I will now have to do I have to do an if else statement here. Please, if you don't understand what if else statement, this is like basic Python. So I don't want because to start explaining that. Basically, also just how we raise there are like conditional statements where you kind of give like set of rules to Python that if this follow this, if that follow that. But this will just be a very simple if else statement. So I think okay. So I'll start with while true. No, right. While true should actually be while true. Okay. Uh oh yeah, this should be small letter. Yeah, while true. While true. So I'm not going to tell it that while true. So anytime because when I run this now, it is now from the terminal that I'll be getting the text from. So trying to say while true, so I now have to point it to this function. So it should also the user input, right? The user underscore input. Sorry, user input. User input should equal to input. Let's see. Okay? I think I'll go with this. I'll just press this. Let me see if it generates it. So while true, user input equals to the input that user will be inputting when I run this. If user inputs it's dot lower equals that when they type exit, that means just terminates the the code. So yeah, you see that to play. The response chatbot, right? Yeah, print the response should be coming from this from the chatbot from this function that we define here. This is the name of the function. These are inputs. Then print at the assistant. I think and the response. So let's run this and see. Let's run. My screen frozen. My screen is frozen. Understanding. I'll have to click here again. Your screen is up, please. Sorry, is my screen back, please? Please, is my screen back? My screen is not bright. Please, is my screen still static? Is my screen still static? My screen still static. I think not. Please, can you tell me if my screen is not static? Active. Okay, I think I can go with this. Okay. No. How about now, please? I just want to know if my screen is not frozen. The screen is okay. Back, but blurry. Apologies, could be the network. Okay, so yeah. Basically, yeah, just to give a recap, I wrote the function, then um define this because I'll be imputing what the prompt should be. Because I'm trying to build a basic chatbot. And the input will be coming from the terminal itself. You would see how that is. You see how that is. And just to like define that, okay, the users themselves will be the one putting in the prompt, right? So I'll run this now. So you see, this is what I'm trying to say. The terminal itself. Me, the user, I would say, hello, good evening. How are you? So I'll press enter. So it's running now. It's you see my assistant. Good evening to you as well. I'm just a language model that don't have feelings or emotions like humans do. Blah 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 blah. Interesting. So this is it. Then can someone give me make sure can someone give me thank you Ezekiel, thank you very much. Can someone give me a question to ask our chatbot? Please, I hope the internet is back now. My screen is still static. Interesting. Please, how about now? My screen is still static. Please, is it still static? Oh, you want me? My screen is still static. Yes, please, rewatch as much as you can. I'm sure you would understand. I'm sure you understand. Is my screen still static now, please? Because I'm actually not typing anything. I just want to be sure. I'm not typing anything. So yeah, I'm trying to move the screen up and down. If it's still static, please just let me know. It's still static. Interesting. Let me. Interesting. How about now, please? Because I'm trying to move my screen up and down. No, it's not static. Um, so I ask the chatbot, can you be appreciated? I don't know what that is. So I'm trying to ask, I'm asking what question should I ask the chatbot? Please, what question can I ask the chatbot though that has been built? What question can I ask the chatbot? Yeah. Francis, Francis, where can I get Samsung product? Okay, let me. Where can I get Samsung? Where can I get Samsung product? Interesting. Samsung product. So it's still. Let's see the response. So you can see it's a you can get Samsung product from varieties of sources both online and online store. Interesting, it actually even gives us the gives us the website that we can visit from your global store, mobile store, Best Buy, and Walmart. Yeah, that's so you see. Ask the chatbot if Trump has entered there. Please, I'm not going to be discussing that. Apologies. Apologies, but we're not going to be discussing that. Okay, ask the chatbot what is so are you saying that you okay are you saying what is the meaning of succinct? Okay, who invented AI? Okay, let's ask the chatbot. Who invented invented AI? Let's see. So these are the inventors, or I mean, if you say yes, AI is actually very complex and multifaceted. So it's also going to be presenting people that have contributed to AI that we know now. We know it as it is now. We have Alan Turing. Interestingly, Alan Turing is considered as father of modern technology, right? And someone started off this. I think one interesting note about Alan Turing is that he was one of the key major players that helped to shorten World War II. So thanks to his work, right? Thanks to his work, um, World War II would have lasted for a longer time, right? But because of his work with trying to break down the Nazi code that was flying then and trying to decipher, because then they were they made use of a lot of like mathematicians, and Turing was one of them, and he was able to cut down the codes that the Germans were actually using to communicate. So he really did a fantastic work during the war. And yeah, I regard him as father of modern computer, because basically these are our laptops, these are our phones and everything kind of run from what he already hypothesized. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking about Alan Turing, but I'm a fan. Mine is responding to my question. Nice one. Okay, that's nice. Ask about the most current news. So interestingly, it would one thing is that these models are static. They are not trained. These are just like static models. So it might not get. It's not plugged into the internet, right? So it won't be able to get latest Nigerian news. And for us to be able to train a model that can get latest Nigerian news, we would have to kind of enable this with a tool that can allow it browse. Now I'm talking about when I say plugging in connecting tools to allow language model. That's now we talk about AI agents. We might not cover that, but that's a very interesting stuff. And what is the lifespan of generative AI? I don't think I understand that, Emmanuel. I don't think I understand that. Um, what is the meaning of succinct? Ask, what do you think about AI? Okay, let's ask it. I think I like that. What do you think about AI? So, as an highly advanced language model, I have a unique perspective of AI. I'm a product of AI technology. My existence is a testament to the rapid progress that have been made in the field. Potential for good. Yeah, some of my thoughts on here. Potential for good, concerns about job displacement, bias, and ethics. Rapid progress. So, I mean, you can see that. So, I think we should call it, because we've used past our time, right? We've just passed our time. Let me do a recap, because I promise I'm going to do a recap. So, basically, what we did today was to discuss about okay. When I'm doing recap, I just like to I like you guys to see my face. So I think I'll stop sharing my screen so you people see my face. So you people see my face now. Um. So basically now, right? What we've done. Sorry, I've already exited from my screen. So now I'm trying to show my face. I'm trying to show my face, but I'm not seeing myself. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, what we've done. Yes, I'm not presenting anything. I just want to give a recap because we're almost done. So okay, now I can see my face. So what did we do today? We talked about specific use cases for text generation. We looked into um, text summarization. sentiment analysis, and we also built like a very simple chatbot. I discussed how sentiment analysis used to be like during before Gen AI came to be, right? We usually work with supervised data, and we have to like label these stuff. We have to label them for we have to label them for us to even train a model with. But now we do the own supervised part right now with the Gen AI for sentiment analysis. I also talk about what sentiment analysis are all about, right? Talk about what sentiment analysis are all about. Then I also spoke about text summarization, how we also use these models to actually summarize text, right? Then we also the chatbot. Then I also gave a bit of how to write functions, how to set prompts, how to set the message at which the model should take in context and respond. And yeah, I think we also had a bit of when we were trying to use Mistral. We're trying to use Mistral. So yeah, it's 9:02. Um, I hope we learned a lot. I'm trying to check the chat, the live chat from my phone. I hope we learned one or two things. Please, if you learned one or two things, please let me see a reaction. Let me see a reaction on the live chat. Let me see a reaction on the live chat. Let me see a reaction on the live chat. Yeah, please. If in case you're lost, you can rewatch. You can rewatch and you'll be able to get. All right, Lenny. Thank you for your time. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you very much, guys. Good night. See you tomorrow, and remain blessed. Yeah.